This video is sponsored by Dibly Create. More about them later in the video. Sometimes when you're left to your own devices, it might seem like you have few choices outside of staring at the flashing cursor, hoping for any amount of inspiration to come pouring out. Rather than allow writer's block to slow you down, I recommend mixing up your writing routine with these 10 crazy ways to write your book. Number 1, the reverse outline. This concept creates an outline after you've written the first draft. The reverse approach can help you identify gaps in your story and generate new ideas to fill in the holes. Personally, I like having my outline done before I write, but quite a few discovery writers, aka pantsers, would rather not bother. I agree, when you're feeling inspired, the last thing you want to do is slow down your creative process. To create a reverse outline, you can write the topic of each paragraph in your editor notes. Briefly discuss how the paragraph advances the overall content. Reverse outlining can help you think more effectively about your focus, see if every item relates back to your main point or story arc, and helps you find new ideas or topics to cover. Number 2, random word prompts. Are you stuck and not sure how to move your book forward? Or have you hit a completely dry spell and need a little inspiration to start writing? Randomly select words from a dictionary or generate random words to spark new ideas and directions for your book. Simply grab a random word or two and see if you can tie those words together as best you can. Don't worry about it being perfect, simply get the words out, then run from there. Of course, you have millions of options you can tap into, but I like to use a random word provided by Kip, the AI assistant in Dibly Create. Since I'm already writing in Dibly Create, I won't need the extra distraction of searching for a random word, drawing me further away from the writing process. Bonus tip, you can even ask Kip to give you a writing prompt based on your random word if you're dry for what to write next. Number 3, location-based writing. My wife loves discovering new writing spots to keep her workflow fresh and exciting. She taps into coffee shops, libraries, and even some restaurants to change her work environment. Writing in different locations can give you a fresh perspective and different kind of focus you wouldn't normally see in the same old writing spot you plunk yourself into every day. Earlier this year, I joined a free writing group called Shut Up and Write at a local restaurant and bookstore called $2 Radio Headquarters. I was astounded how much work I accomplished in a 1-hour session. By the way, Shut Up and Write provides free in-person and online writing groups, giving the authors opportunity to connect with other people and accomplish more by working together. For details, visit shutupright.com. Number 4, collaborative writing. I interviewed quite a few authors who have had great success in co-authoring books, including Mark Leslie Lefebvre, Sean Cannell, Nick Thacker, and the list goes on. Though collaborating comes with its own set of challenges, it certainly removes some of the barriers normally associated with solo writing. Between idea generation, accountability, and a wider array of resources, collaborating with other authors can help you produce high-quality books at a faster pace. But if you're a lone wolf and don't want to have the additional weight of a co-author, you could always lean on artificial intelligence to help fill the gaps and move a project along. Now, I'm not saying you let AI do all the work. More so, you have AI guide you out of sticky situations, unclog a creative faucet, or guide your project in new and unexpected ways. When I'm hamstrung on how to move forward or need a sticky sentence hashed out, I lean on Kip, the AI assistant in Dibly Create. Kip stores all our conversations where I can continue the chat or start a new one. Side note, unlike other AI programs, you don't need to be a master at prompting or worry about your content being used to train massive AI learning models. The work you create is kept private for your use only. Number 5, time-boxed writing sprints. Writing sprints are the single most effective tool in my arsenal for producing great books fast. I'm not sure how some authors can toil away on a manuscript for years at a time. I'm sure that requires patience and persistence. For me, I'd rather brute force a first draft than slowly etch out a book one sentence at a time. How do I do it? I set a timer for short bursts of focused writing, followed by a break. Writing sprints help maintain productivity and generate ideas quickly. My preferred time-boxed writing sprints are using the Pomodoro method that includes 25 minutes of uninterrupted writing, followed by 5 minutes of rest for 4 rounds. This blocks out about 2 hours of work, but if I'm feeling ambitious and need to do more work, I rest for 15 minutes and then start the whole process over again. There's no one method that's perfect for everyone, so experiment with different time intervals to see what is most effective for you. Number 6, character interviews. Conduct interviews with your characters to understand their motivations, thoughts, and feelings. This can lead to deeper character development and unique storylines. If you're stumped on how your character would react to certain situations, lean into AI. Simply put together a character profile that includes the information about the character's life, personality, and appearance among other traits. For me, I can pop into Dibbly Create, give Kip the character profile, and then carry a fun conversation with a fictional character. Don't worry about having a perfectly formatted and organized interview. The idea is to get the creative juices flowing and a better understanding of your story. You do not have to use the answers for your published work, but it certainly could help in filling out character arcs or chapters needing more context or content. For nonfiction writers, you are the character, so ask relevant questions related to your expertise. In the fast-paced world of productivity, your projects need an edge. That's where Dibbly Create comes in. Dibbly Create is more than just a project tool or word processor. It's your secret weapon for success. First, collaborate seamlessly with your editors, collaborators, and proofreaders in real time. Say goodbye to endless email chains and lost ideas or cross-compatibility of Word docs. Next, meet Kip, your AI-powered sidekick. From generating project summaries to interactive chats, Kip streamlines your workflow. Lastly, Dibbly Create has your back, even offline. Export effortlessly and work from anywhere. Dibbly Create has transformed how authors work and succeed. For a free 7-day trial of the Dibbly Create professional plan, visit my affiliate link at daylinks.com/DibblyCreate. Dibbly Create, where innovation begins. Number 7, visual inspiration boards. Create visual mood boards with images, quotes, and textures related to your story to help trigger creativity and immerse you in the world of your book. It's not so much a rah-rah self-help process, more so a visual reinforcement of the tone and feel you want in your work. When I'm writing fiction, I think about famous actors portraying my characters, or I search up real-life examples of settings I want to use. For instance, when I was writing my Kindle Vella series, Infestate, I had the map of a local mall to keep all my directions consistent and layout intact. Side note, Dibbly Create is actively working on an image generator with Kip. This means you won't have to go beyond your Dibbly Create dashboard for inspiration. Number 8, music. According to online sources, music can stimulate right brain thinking, essential for good writing. The music you choose can greatly affect focus, creativity, and inspiration, so choose your songs wisely. I love to pair music with time-boxed writing sprints for double the effect. My preferred music sources include lo-fi tunes on YouTube or brain.fm. Though I'm a huge heavy metal fan, I often won't listen to it because it tends to drive focus away from my writing. Also, I can't listen to music with singing in it while I write. Just kind of a weird hang-up. Again, that's just a personal preference, so if you want to get down to Taylor Swift or Cannibal Corpse while you write, go for it. Number 9, writing out of order. Experiment with writing key scenes or chapters out of sequence and then connecting them like puzzle pieces. This can help overcome writer's block by allowing you to focus on the parts you're most excited about. I always love the beginning and end of a book. It's typically how I first come up with my overall theme or story arc. Sure, if I'm particularly compelled to write a random chapter, I'm not going to wait. I'll just get it out. Yes, writing out of order can create a lot of structural chaos, especially when you want to reorganize it later. However, the most successful authors will all agree the first draft is merely a starting point, essentially a lump of clay that you can refine and mold in the editing process. If you get backed into a corner, you can always lean on Kip to get the job done. Sometimes I know what I want to say, but I just don't know how to say it. Or if I'm stuck on what gets me from point A to point B with as little friction as possible, I want to keep the readers hooked while preserving my time and sanity when I'm writing. Number 10, genre mashup. Blend 2 or more genres that would not normally go together. This can lead to unexpected and creative plot developments. If you find you're tiring of a certain genre, spice it up with other unorthodox elements. With tons of sub-niches drawing in millions of readers, you'll be hard-pressed to not find an audience for every discerning taste out there. Have fun with mashing up genres and don't worry about whether you're honoring the right tropes or drawing in the right audience. Again, when writing a book, just get it out of your head, then sort it out later. I heard it once said, you can always edit a bad page. You can't edit a blank page. Share your own unique writing methods or experiences. Have you used any of the ones I mentioned? Once you've written your book, consider publishing it through one of these 10 self-publishing companies. I'll see you there.